Yeah, video number 2. So you keep asking me, what about my 90 millimeter M1 anti-aircraft cannon, huh? P Fell Armoury, North Vancouver. No, sorry. Yeah, North Vancouver. 1513 Forbes Avenue. 103 Thunderbird Squadron had this cannon, and they decided to sell it to Amex Salvage. This is in the 70s, by the way. They sold it to Amex Salvage. Okay. Some poor guy that was taking apart that cannon got killed from the springs that shot out from it. Took a chunk out of the armory staircase, the P Fell Armoury. Made North Shore news, made news, and all that, of course. The military said, oh, there was no problem. We took all the springs out at the airport and all this. It went on like that. That caught my ear, and I investigated. I went down to P Fell Armoury, looked over the cannon. I've seen it before, by the way. And I contact Amex Salvage, talked to them, and I paid them $200 for the cannon. I said, I know what I'm doing. I understand this stuff. I work on guns and artillery, and always have. A little white lie, but I know studying them quite a bit. So anyway, paid them up and started working on it. And I took a third of it home to my laboratory. You can see some of it on BCTV News. Alan Edwards, we did the first levitation. I have the traverse mechanism right by the control panel. And some other pieces. So I tied a third of it. Then as time passed, gun control law came into effect. Pierre Elliott Trudeau and this ridiculous gun control act, and I got into the press and media and fought the cases because I was hit hard with it. As the cops came down, and confiscated 50, oddly enough, 50 caliber Browning machine guns, along with other machine guns, and I had maybe close to 100, including 50 Brownings, M3, M2, bred of heavy machine guns, light machine guns, Stens, Brens, Sterling, blah blah blah, and a German 0815 Maxims. They weren't really in operation. And I even got permission to buy retraction assemblies and spade grips from numerous arms corporations like Corporal Tate of the North Vancouver RCMP, who I still got the form because he investigated. So, oh, you're just repairing them and cleaning them up and make them look pretty, and that was cool. And I still have that document. Okay. Anyway, so 2 years the battle went on. They were ordered to return all my firearms, which they did do. And then we went after them for what they'd done. All this is in the news and was recorded, and the media covered it, and had the full support of the Canadian gun collectors across the country who put up a defense fund for me. My lawyer was R. Flynn Marr. You might want to investigate. If you're doing a story on me, investigate that aspect of it. Because when I was in Essendale Riverview, whatever you want to call it, West Lawn Building, I had a gun collection as well as a radio collection there. So you can look that all up. That's all true. That's all documented and all on files. Anyway, so getting back to my cannon. Right on. So after that, my cannon vanished. And to this day, I'm trying to dig out the news story as well as find my cannon. Is it really Major Ian Newby of Creative BC Movie Props has it? I don't know. I sent him an email and he said that, oh, your gun went to the Orthodox Squadron, Air Cadet Squadron. What the hell is an Orthodox? He named all these other, and I think that's kind of a weird thing to say. Orthodox Air Cadet Squadron in Vancouver? I'm sure somebody's going to see this and say, wait a minute, maybe I know about this incident. Who are my witnesses around this too? It'd be Bill McDonald, Mrs. Murphy, North Shore Taxi. I have to think about who else would be there. George Hathaway, I'm sure. I took pictures of everything and probably got photos of all the pieces I took. 1/3, including the fuse setting device for the shells, hand wheels, traverse, elevation, brass, worm gears, parts, pieces, sights, a lot of it. Still kicking myself in the ass for selling it as scrap. Anyway, so let's try and find John's 90M1 90mm anti-aircraft cannon. Okay? I like to see the story up here again, because a chunk of piece of history there, a little piece. That every day a man gets killed by massive springs that were 4 feet long, 5 feet long actually, and a foot in diameter, with a 1-inch spiral steel coiled spring. Pretty sad state of affairs. And the military said, oh, it made such a noise too that it came out and hit the armory staircase. Forbes Armory, 1513 Forbes Street. Go check out the staircase to that damn old armory. You might find something. It's amazing how time buries a lot of things, though. Almost buried the jet crash on Grouse Mountain in Canada, until I poked at it and people started to come to life on that. 2007 or 6 or something. Now it's a memorial site. I think I mentioned this in another video. But anyway, I'm going to shut up now because it's going on and on and on and on and on. That's the video I wanted to do. I kind of touched upon it in another video, but I want to go into a little more detail on this one. Well, it's a 90mm, or it's a little 3-inch or over 3-inch, whatever. M1, made by Metropolitan Vickers. World War II anti-aircraft gun. So I'm going to shut up and go now. But anyway, I'll be in your neighborhood.